Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to give you guys an update on the BlackBerry Playbook. Now, as you can see, RIM just updated the OS to version 17.10. This is the latest update for this tablet. I've seen some improvements on web browsing performance, screen orientation, as well as, just overall speed seems to be up. App world speed definitely up. As you can see, I've got a lot of multitasking going on. In my first video, I just gave you guys initial impressions. Today, I wanted to show you guys some actual functionality. So let's start with web browsing. As you can see, I've got CNN loaded up here, and everything is smooth. Really, no problems at all. Pinch to zoom works really well. I want to show you guys some flash, since that's obviously really important. Let's just go to some history, because I believe that's also, by the way, part of the change in this update. These used to just be textual links. Now they are actual thumbnails. So if I go ahead and jump to this review, this is an error, by the way, that I've been getting, one of the bugs where it thinks it's lost the connection to the network. Let's go ahead and try to reload that. It's loading up, because flash performance is really impressive on this device, and I want to demonstrate that to you guys as quickly as I can, Wi-Fi permitting, and the Playbook, of course. Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital. Let's go ahead and make that 720p, because that's part of what's also really impressive, is that this thing is capable of 720p flash playback without a hiccup. L502X, not the L501. Key difference with that. See if I can actually get it to cooperate. There we go. It's just fantastic on a Core i7. A little bit of buffering here. Can't stress that enough. On the back of the machine, I'll flip it around so you guys get a proper angle on this. You've got your lock, as well as one of the three USB 3.0 ports, your power charging port. So I think you guys see that 720p flash, no issues at all. Web browsing, let me show you a little bit more. Didn't mean to really bring you out of that completely. You can get your multi-tabbed experience simply by gesturing down, part of the unique OS that this Playbook has to offer. I do prefer what Honeycomb offers, just in terms of it being more of a desktop experience, but this is certainly a nice change of pace. Let's go ahead and load up Engadget. Again, getting that error. So whatever that error is, it certainly wasn't resolved in that latest update. Again, this product is really rough around the edges. I would say it's beyond an early adopter's device, because it's missing the Android support, which it clearly, I think, leans on, since there's a front-facing camera on this device, but no way to web conference. There's no application to video chat with. So that certainly speaks to being dependent upon that Android support that it is waiting on, and that's not a good thing, especially if you think about the way different Android apps play with different versions, revisions of the Android operating system. I would not even begin to want to think of how they'll play with the Playbook OS. But for all I know, things may work out. It all depends really on RIM's dedication to this device, which I think will be there, no question. So again, pinch to zoom, really nice. As you can see, it loaded up this web page pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and try CNN. Keyboard is good, by the way. I am PEC typing here just because I'm doing the review, but in general, as you can see, no issues at all. Really finger friendly. Do wish the bezels were a little bit slimmer, but they are integrated into the UI, so I can't really complain. So again, web browsing, one of the strong suits of this device. No complaints at all with that. Here's the music application. Really basic. Nothing really on here to show you guys. And of course, you can multitask, play the music. If you do something else, like let's say jump into video, that will not continue, obviously. Here you're looking at some 720p video, I believe. This is pre-installed on the device. As you can see, quality is really good. So multitasking is definitely not a problem for this device. Here's App World. which I mentioned before has improved with this update. Smoother experience here, it's faster. But the biggest problem with App World is that there really aren't any apps. Again, really seems like this device is going to depend on that compatibility with the Android application base, because if it doesn't have that, it'll definitely have some problems. Again, here's the camera application. It's going to be focusing on my background here, just so you guys can see. So that's what it looks like. You can jump in and out of video and still mode, which I just did. And so yeah, I mean, multitasking really good. You know, there's some games down here, like you can see I've got Need for Speed there, that comes pre-installed. Graphics, you know, the performance is pretty good. Standard weather widget here. On the whole, guys, I have to say it's a really nice tablet. Battery life, very good. That's your settings button, Wi-Fi control, obviously Bluetooth control, and orientation for portrait and landscape right there. So I gave you guys initial impressions. I discussed, you know, build quality. You know, what I think BlackBerry's trying to go for here is not only an entry into the tablet market, but also, you know, trying to find its way through a bit of an identity crisis. And I think that the Playbook hints at both strong suits that RIM has, you know, going ahead in the future, and some critical weaknesses. The obvious ones are out of the box, which are still not fixed. You know, the fact that there is no email or calendar sync, those are big ones, since pretty much every tablet that's out there right now you know, affords easy access to both of those things. So the fact that a company like RIM, which is focused on a mobile professional, wouldn't facilitate two very simple things like that is a big flaw. However, there's no question in my mind that will be updated and fixed in a matter of time. Should it have been right out of the box the first time? Absolutely. It's a pretty big shortcoming, but I'm not going to harp on that. Let's talk about other things that I think other people in their reviews are not mentioning. So first thing that bothered me, no spell check out of the box. That's just odd to me, especially coming from a RIM device. And if you're a RIM user, you know why I'm bringing that up. Spell check is one of the beautiful things that BlackBerry provides for all of its users, you know, all of the smartphones out there. Another thing that I was kind of surprised by, Bluetooth support is shoddy at best. I haven't been able to get any of my headphones to pair up. That's definitely a strange thing coming from a 500 and up tablet out of the box. The fact that there are no e-reader applications, again, speaks to the need for Android support. A device like this would be great as an e-reader, but right now simply can't be one because there isn't any application to afford that, really. Not a good one, at least. Especially no music streaming applications. I mean, all really pretty much standard things we expect from tablets these days. Now, bridge support I mentioned. Again, if you don't know what that is, it allows you to basically sync the device with your BlackBerry phone. However, without getting too deep into what bridge allows you to do, first of all, it is not functional right now with AT&T users out of the box. They do have to do a over-the-air update in order to get it to work. Whether you want to blame that on AT&T or RIM is really up to you. I'm not going to get into that debate. But the fact that it you know, wasn't working flawlessly out of the box and still isn't, it's only allowing for document transferring essentially and sharing, no media sharing yet. And that's really the potential, in my opinion, is the media sharing. That's a very important feature of this new bridge technology between cell phone and tablet. And something very cool that the Playbook brings to the table, but has yet to execute properly. Also, the fact that standard BlackBerry applications that I think every RIM user that's really a RIM loyalist is looking for, unfortunately, are not supported by the Playbook. And since the Playbook is the flagship tablet from RIM, they really should be. And what I'm talking about there are things like maps, traffic, you know, other really basic things that the Playbook is just not compatible with. You know, as I mentioned earlier, can't really use that front-facing webcam for anything other than vanity, which is pretty sad. I'm sure an application will come out, but again, how long people are willing to wait in a tablet market that is really heating up and offering new products literally every week now, all the way through the summer, since we've got, you know, the Android, the Asus Transformer coming out this week. The G Slate just came out. You know, more and more tablets are hitting the market with more and more capabilities than the Playbook. So the Playbook is going to face some tough competition, and the fact that it really doesn't truly even live up to a lot of what I think the basic RIM fan is looking for, is definitely a disappointment, although I do think a lot of this can be remedied through software updates. And BlackBerry has been, or I should say RIM has been very aggressive so far, so that's good. Final point I want to make is that video performance is really solid. The HDMI out works well, so no issues there if you're wondering about the performance on HDMI out. So basically, folks, what it comes down to is that if you pick one of these tablets up, you better be a BlackBerry fan, and even then, I'm not sure that you're going to come away very happy with the experience simply because it seems that it was rushed. If you think that the original iPad or the Zoom were, you know, pretty much half-baked products and weren't ready for prime time, then you're going to want to stay away from the BlackBerry Playbook as it stands right now. As it evolves on a software level, it certainly could get better. Anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.